Okay, so good afternoon. I hope that you had a good reading week. I know the reading week is gone, way gone, but it's the first time that we see each other after the reading week, so I hope that you had a good reading week. Lots of reading, lots of relaxing. No relax, no. What are you doing? I'm not relaxing nor reading. Okay. Okay, good. You forgot about that already. It's past. Okay. As I mentioned at some point in the course, I think I mentioned that this is a field that we are always learning. We are always studying new stuff. So my reading week was about reading about Python. That was my playbook for the reading week. What is that? How did it go? Well, this far. No, this far. So, but because it's heavy, it's intense, you know, it's a lot of stuff. So my goal is not to memorize the commands, but just to get to know the structure so that when I have to go hands-on and I know how to find things, how to set up. So yeah, it was fun. I want to get involved with Python and machine learning as well. Okay. So the last time that we have discussed about any particular subject, we did that around polymorphism, around abstractions, around interfaces. This was the week before the test. Okay? So that was pretty much 3 weeks ago. So this is already ancient history for us. Because of that, I don't expect you to remember all of that stuff. So I want to do a quick review. I want to recap those things: polymorphism, abstraction, interfaces. I will talk a little bit quickly through the original slides that I had planned here. And then we're going to jump to an activity that will hopefully reinforce the concepts and turn abstractions into something a little bit more concrete. Okay? No pun, actually pun intended. Okay. So, with the sake of going a little bit quick, so polymorphism. Anyone can tell me maybe what it is, maybe give me an example, something about polymorphism.
Same name, many forms.
Okay, same name, many forms. Good, short and sweet. Anyone else? We had a bit of polymorphism in the test, but not using abstract classes, but using concrete classes. There?
Same method, different implementation.
Yeah, same method, different implementations. Okay? Again, we saw this example. Different animals, they all make noise, but how they make noise, it's different from one to the next one. Different music instruments. We play them, but we play them in different ways. So the implementation of how we play guitar is different from how we play drum, or how we don't play a drum. Cars, coming back here close to us, in an academic system that is used by high schools, by colleges, the way that someone satisfies graduation requirements will be different for a high school student as compared to a college student, okay? They all need to satisfy graduation requirements, but they satisfy in different ways. So, we have concrete classes. Concrete classes is what we have seen so far. In the test, we only had concrete classes. We had 2 classes, concrete, both of them. So the simplest way that you define a concrete class is by saying what? What is a concrete class? It can have objects. Now, it's not just about declaring, but about instantiating, about creating. So when you say students, my students, that's just declaring. But then when you say equals to new student, you are actually allocating memory, you are actually instantiating an object of that class. So those are concrete classes. We have seen them. As opposed to what? As opposed to abstract classes. So I'm gonna, again, go kind of a summary here. With abstract classes, we cannot what? We cannot do what? We cannot instantiate. We can declare them though. We can declare them, but we cannot say equals to new abstract class. So we cannot say that. But we can say abstract class, my class. We can declare. But when it comes time to instantiate, we have to instantiate with a concrete child class of that abstraction. Yes, yes, a concrete class, a concrete child class, if we declare it as an abstract class, okay? Good point. So, true or false? An abstract class can only have abstract members.
No. False.
False. It can have concrete members as well, okay? For instance, if we are dealing with animals, maybe we have name, a property called name. And name, the way name behaves is the same way as for a cat, for a dog, for an owl, for a bird, for whatever animal. So we can have a concrete implementation of a property called name in the abstract class. Nothing is stopping us. So abstract classes can have abstract members and concrete members as well, okay? However, again, true or false, concrete classes can only have concrete members.
Yes.
That's correct. So concrete classes cannot have abstract members, okay? Only, so in the middle there, abstract classes can have both. Concrete classes can only have concrete members. Now, in the other, I would say, edge of this three-part graph here, what do we have in the other edge? Interface. So in an interface,
Only abstract method.
only abstract. Even though we don't use the keyword abstract, but it's only abstract members in the interface. So interfaces, only abstract. Abstract classes, abstract members and concrete members. Concrete classes, only concrete members. With those three elements, very good to have those things in a quiz. Very, very good. By the way, quiz next week. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But again, if you want to make some points there about that, I can tell you that it's very possible. And when I say very possible, I mean it will be there most likely. Okay? Yes?
The only difference between interface and abstract?
No, it's not. There are some additional things that I will recap as we go along. Okay? This is not just about abstract classes, this definition. This is also about a concrete class. If I say that a class inherits from another one, usually that parent class, you can consider that parent class as the core of the child class. And let's go through a few examples. I mean, if I say cat, dog, birds, in the end, they are all animals. If I say draw an animal, you're going to say, what is the animal? But just by saying that it's an animal, you draw a lot of conclusions about that. So an animal is the core of that child. A musical instrument. Just by saying that we are talking about musical instruments, or what comes to mind? Well, maybe, of course, music, sounds, a way that someone that can play that, even though you don't know which instrument is that one. So there is a lot of things that define, just by saying that abstract class, it tells you a lot of things even though it's abstract. Okay, so an abstract class, it's really the core of the child. Okay, as opposed to when we are talking about interfaces. I'll jump quickly here to interface. I'll come back and forth. I'll move all over the place here. So interface, it's more how the definition says here, a peripheral feature, ability. What do I mean by peripheral? What is peripheral? When you hear this word peripheral, what comes to mind?
The action, how it is
Codes? Yeah? Additional, okay. Let's keep going that direction. Peripheral is not as opposed to the core. The core is in the middle. Peripheral is surrounding it. It's around it, okay? Let's see if you can connect with this metaphor. Think about a cake. A cake, you know, you can have a chocolate cake. There is a core for that cake. You know? It's either chocolate or it's whatever, pineapple. But what you can do with that cake, you can put icing on top of that cake. You can put ornaments on top of that cake. You can put additional stuff on that cake. The additional stuff, this is what I compare with the interface. The interface is you are putting additional stuff in a class. It's not the core. It's not, the cake is still a chocolate cake, but you are putting icing and you are putting, I don't know, decorations on top of that cake to make it a little bit more beautiful, however you want to call it. But interface is more or less like this. You add interface to a class to add more abilities, but they don't define the core of that class. It's just an add-on. It's just a plugin that you add. It's like adding additional peripherals to, oh, look at the name, peripherals to a computer. They are not the core of the computer. They are peripheral equipment to the computer. It's not the core. It's around it, okay?
But it changed the core? Because you will add
it does,
details, so we're going to change the core?
I would say that it does not change the core. It adds to the core.
It's more like a details to the core, or?
You are adding more abilities. I'll give an example. Another one that just came to mind. I don't know if it makes sense, but hopefully it does. You have a computer, and you hook up a printer to that computer. So, is the printer the core of the computer? It's not. It's a peripheral to the computer. You are adding more features to the computer. Okay? It doesn't change the computer, yeah. You are adding a feature to your setup, but it's not the core. It's not the core. Now, a Dell computer is the core of that computer. A MacBook is the core of that computer, you know. But again, connect with whatever metaphor works best for you, as long as one is able to connect with you. Okay, so in the spirit of jumping around, let me see. There are a few things that I want to mention about abstract classes. Let's see. The core. Again, just a few examples here. Instruments, animal, we saw that already. Again, we have the different keywords. The one that I really want you to connect with is the fact that if the parent says, this is not only true for abstract classes, but for regular classes as well. Virtual in the parent, we had that in the test, I think. Virtual in the parent, then you can override in the child, you can use new in the child. If you have abstract in the parent, like in an abstract class, you can override that by using the keyword override as well. Another context here, another situation attached to abstract classes. Okay, a little bit about interfaces. So C# does not have the ability to implement multiple inheritance. One class can only inherit from one other class. Whether this other class is concrete or abstract, it doesn't matter. By the way, abstract classes can inherit from other classes as well, from other abstract classes as well. So again, one class can inherit from only one other class. However, when it comes to interfaces, one class can inherit from multiple interfaces, okay? I can add a lot of stuff to this cake. No? I keep picturing the cake. What else we have there? So, as I said, C# doesn't have true multiple inheritance, but it is a way that C# can kind of implement that. Interfaces, we don't use accessibility modifiers like public, private, for methods, for anything, we don't use that. Again, we don't use the keyword abstract, even though all members of an interface, they are all abstract members. There is no implementation on any member.
So what is the default access specifier for interface?
Okay, so that's separate from what I was saying here. So it works like a regular class. So when you define an interface, if you don't put an access modifier to the interface name, it becomes internal. However, the members inside the interface, I'm talking about the members inside, you don't put access modifiers inside the interface. The interface itself can have a modifier, but not the members inside the interface, not the properties, not the methods, not anything. I don't know if there is anything else beyond that. Okay. Okay. Peripheral, we discussed that. Again, it's very important when we are dealing with inheritance that we are able to say SA or SN. And even though we have a definition there that is inheritance, iWorkable, employee inherits from iWorkable. Actually, the term that is mostly used is not so much of inherit from iWorkable, even though you can say that, but it's more used, the term employee implements iWorkable. Because here's the thing, it does make sense to say an employee is an iWorkable. It does make sense, I would say, verbally, logically. It does make sense to say that. It does sound right. Okay? So why am I saying that is because, one, you can inherit from multiple ones, but in an abstract class, yes, you can say a cat is an animal, a guitar is a musical instrument, but again, for interfaces, this is not that natural, you know? So you use the terminology usually implements. Okay, a few closing things about interfaces in terms of naming conventions. Those are not technical requirements, but best practices. Okay, so interface, they should start with a capital I. The next letter should be capitalized as well. And then, so stick with those two. And then if you are able to fit able at the end of the words, do it. Workable, I-comparable, I-equitable, I-sellable. We're going to be looking at something called I-sellable in a few minutes. Okay, so any questions? I have it already, but let's see here. Padlet open here. Any questions come to mind? Again, this was just a brush through this content. With the activity, my hope is that you are able, again, to make this a little bit more concrete, a little bit more, that you are able to see, to look at a scenario and see, okay, this looks like an abstract class. This should be definitely a concrete class. Okay? Okay, let's get this going. Okay, so we did a bit of a recap there. Now, here's how we're going to do this. So we're going to work in groups. This is not graded, by the way. You can choose to form different groups, or you can keep the same groups that you have formed already. Okay? Might be groups of 3, 4, even 5 people, that's fine, but let's not go beyond 5 because then it becomes a party, not a group. Okay? So stick with those numbers. Now, each group will claim a spot on the wall because you're going to be placing stickers on the wall. Very important, very important. No writing on the walls. I'm going to say this again. No writing on the walls, please. Look at that. That's smudge. Guess what that is? Someone wrote it. After I said 3 times someone, I don't know, I'm still trying to analyze what happened there with that brain. His or her brain. So that was the first time that I tried this semester with that, and someone drew there. I'm going to tell you, if you draw on the wall, I'm going to take points. I'm going to take points, okay? I promise you that. Okay, so claim a spot on the wall. So we have 3 spots more or less there, 1 spot here, 3 more here. Again, claim a spot, go start grouping, and I'm going to hand out some stickers here. Get going. You write on the table. Don't. Go ahead. It's yours. Are you guys part of the class or no? Because you're going to be using this spot here, maybe. Oh, you guys are good there? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So you saved. You're safe. Just behave. Okay? No noise. Okay? Are you good? Okay. So we have 3 here. Okay. That's good. Then 3 here. Okay. How many we have here? 3. 3 groups. Okay. You 2 or what happened there? Okay. So I'm gonna leave it here. That's fine. That's okay. It's okay. Then here. Claim a wall. You have to claim a wall. Okay. You're not close to a wall yet. Your claim, you can get that one, you can get this one if you want. Okay, maybe that spot there. Just put your names for now. Okay, so you're gonna need the space a little bit bigger than that. So maybe you want to stick. No, you keep it, because you're gonna be using. Keep them. Okay, so here's the thing. I'll be giving you save stickers. If you are wasting stickers, I'll ding you. So I'm gonna give you a bunch of words. I'm gonna give you 18 words. They'll be all mixed up. You're going to have to look at those words, and you're going to have to try to visualize the relationship between them. And you're going to have to, on each sticker, you're going to write the words that I'm going to show, and you're going to say who's part of whom. What is the hierarchy that you can construct with those words? Don't worry about abstract, concrete, interface. Don't worry about that. Just draw. Sorry, I was almost saying draw on the wall. No. Stick on the wall to make it a hierarchy. Parent at the top, the ones at the bottom, the children. Keep on the same horizontal line the ones that are siblings. Okay, so if it comes below another one, it means that the one at the top is the parent of the one that is below. Okay? What is that? We're gonna reach there. So this activity has 3 stages. You're just entering to stage 1. Okay? Okay, so talking about stage 1. Okay, so those are the words. Each word will go in a sticker. go crazy now. Just try to organize how this will look like. It might be one tree, it might be multiple trees. See what makes sense. Got it? If you can, the thing is that if you use a pen, you're gonna take a picture, and it will not highlight well enough. Okay, but you can, write on the don't. I mean,
Can we get a second?
oh, it's not working.
No, I just want, I want to speed this up.
A second one. That's fine. Okay, no problem.
Start at ebook. Start at top.
Well, you interpret that. I mean, it's up to you to figure out.
We're done.
Done? Good try. Good try. Be careful when writing there, because it may bleed through, okay? Be careful there. Prepared? Make sure that you can explain your art, work of art there.
So I should explain?
No, when we get together in the timeout, okay, after the time. All done? Finished? Can you explain yours? Are you ready to explain yours? The rationale? Okay, so save that. Save that and we will get... Okay, again, look at the shapes. There's something there that's, I don't know. Okay, as you get done, on your mobile phone, just open Padlets, take a picture, and you're going to share that on Padlets. Take a close-up so it shows clearly. But again, on your mobile phone, take a picture on Padlet's website, padlet.com/, I'll show the address here. Sorry, I'll bring it up in a second. So again, load Padlets and then take a picture. The URL of Padlet is there. I just put it there, okay? So if you need. Good, okay.
So you're saying like a chalk is also a subclass? Is it bike or subclass? Loss is doing not sure. This one I'm not sure. It could be either this or this. I think it's more this. I think they're not children. Just because I think the loss is different. So a little bit like that, but if you want to do that. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, so open Padlet on your phone, and then you snap a picture, and then you share there. One, two, three, 6. Yeah, so the address is here. Okay. Okay, so I think that everybody has done it. You guys have uploaded, everybody? I think so. Not yet, not uploaded yet. Okay, okay, great. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a discussion. I'm going to open one here. The one that I open, the team will defend your rationale. Okay, let's, I'm just going to pick one here. Let's see, this one here. So let's start with, let's start with the books. With the books here. So I'm assuming that this is, let's just try to zoom in here. Okay. So who's the artist? Awesome. No, that's okay. That's all good. So tell me the thinking process there.
There wasn't too much thinking here. It's just basically think of like ebook and audiobook are all a type of book, but they're all exclusive in some respects. Like,
Got it.
Book is physical, and ebook is digital, audio, portable, obviously.
Okay. Awesome. Anyone has a different opinion about that setup? Anyone that would have a different opinion would voice that? I'm going to just look around because sometimes we have disagreements, but we don't have voices. So let's see if I can catch someone disagreeing there. So let's see this. So that's good, all the same, that's fine. Here we have book. Okay, not book here, okay, oh, book is here. Okay, that's fine, okay. See if there's any other setup. Okay, we have the same setup here, that's fine. And the same setup here. Now, let's have a look at the last one. Okay, so do you guys want to talk about, oh, what is that? Okay, so did you get the idea that you put the parent at the top and then you start to, the brothers and sisters, the siblings, they go in the same level? Because if you put it like this, in a way it means that, okay, audiobook is a child of ebook, which is a child of paper book, which is a child of book. Okay, so again, would you have a different opinion at this point in time? This opinion or? That's fine, that's okay. You can change. There will be a second phase that you have a chance to change.
So now we can change?
If you want to,
Design we should change.
yeah, if you want to change, that's fine. You can make your change there. We'll just keep going here. But let's think about this for a second. Let's just get one here. So let's think if there would be a different way to do this. I had some groups from other sections that they did something slightly different here. They put audiobook under ebook. Well, actually, I should have said this. There's no right or wrong question, or right or wrong answer here. It's just that, do you have a rationale to set up the way you did? Yes or no? If you do have a logical reasoning, that's all good. It really depends about the context. It depends about things that, just a bunch of words in a wall will not give to you. But I also like the idea of maybe placing it under ebook, because it's digital unless you are doing tape ebook, but it's also digital. The point is this: when you look at the child-parent relationship, you have to be able to say this: is a paper book a book? Yes. Is an ebook a book? Yes. Is an audiobook a book? Is an audiobook an ebook? Well,
Can be, but it's not. Could be through the radio or through the internet.
Or just one.
yeah, I mean, again, it's up for discussion here, but I like this setup in general. I agree with that setup. So again, you have to use this rationale. Is this, that? If you cannot say this, then the child-parent relationship will be broken there. Let's move on here. Any questions about this one? Okay, so let's have a look at the shapes. Let's have a look here at the shapes. Okay. So, come on, explain the rationale. Explain what went on to put that together.
So circle and rectangle, they are shapes, and square can be a rectangle, and ellipse can be it's a part of circle. I mean, it belongs to the same family, basically.
Okay, got it. Different opinions? I'm sure that there are different opinions about this. Yes?
We did the same thing at first on ours, but then I think maybe ellipse and circle should switch.
Okay, why is that?
Because I think all circles are ellipses, but not all ellipses are circles.
Okay, how about that same idea about square and rectangle?
Yeah.
Yep. So, did you change a little bit the opinion? Okay? Because again, you have to ask yourself, is a square a rectangle? Yeah, that is a special type of rectangle. It's a rectangle that has the same height and width. Okay? Ellipse as well. If we change circle at the bottom, ellipse at the top, is every circle an ellipse? Yeah. But it's a special type of ellipse. It's an ellipse that has the axis the same size. Okay? And again, you can say, is every rectangle a shape? Yes. Is every circle a shape? Yes. I'm sure that someone put this all horizontal at first, before. But you know what? Again, it's okay. Now, I'll just raise this point. Again, it's not wrong. It's not wrong this way. But which way would cause you to write more code? More code. This would write more. Why? Yeah, you have. Imagine this. Let's say that we are building a drawing application. The way that you draw a rectangle is the same way that you draw a square. So whatever code, if it goes flat like this, whatever code you put to draw a rectangle, you're going to have to duplicate that code to draw the square. Where if you put square under rectangle, square will be able to leverage the code that is already available on rectangle. Okay? So again, in a way, there's nothing wrong with this setup. It's just that I would say that it's not optimal. Okay? Does that make sense? Now for the ones that put it horizontally like this. Does it make sense? Any other opinions about the shape? Okay, so let's go to the last one here. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Vehicle. So who's that? Guys, you guys? Okay, great. So talk to me a little bit about the setup of the vehicle there. Just walk me through the thought process. That's it. Yep. Yep. And after that? No, I mean after that, I mean we have land, air, and water, and then what else we have here? Is that bus is a child of land?
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and car is a child of bus.
We just put it.
So again, if you put on top of each other, it means that it's a parent and child. So maybe this would be side by side. Yep, maybe. What about these two?
Yeah,
Same thing. What about these?
Yeah, same.
Kind of same thing. Okay. So, okay, that's fine. Let's see if we have anyone different out there. Okay, more or less the same. So that's the idea, to go flat on the third level. Horizontal on the third level there. Okay. It's a different setup. I don't think that there was an Earth. I don't think there was Earth. But was there Earth keyword there? I don't think so. I don't think so. But good try. Good try. And then maybe universe. And then put the planets. Okay. Okay. That's good. So, does it make sense now? A little bit different from yours? Or do we want to talk about yours? Are you sure? Okay. Good. So here's the thing. Let's do this. Let's have 5 minutes break. We come back and we go to the second stage of our activity. 5 minutes. Okay, awesome. What's up?
Today I have some work at home, so
Okay.
I would like to leave earlier at like 6:15.
No problem. No worries.
Thank you.
Aí por isso que a gente não sabia o que fazer com o campo, daí a gente mandou de volta.
Nem liga, ela vai ficar feliz, porra, todo mundo fez junto. Ela não vai se sentir sozinha. Agora. Ela vai se sentir agora em casa. Vai se sentir agora querida.
Yep. What is that?
For the assignments, the grades for the assignments.
I will, once we're done with the activity, I'm going to mention a few things about that. I want to make sure that first everybody went to the new groups already. Confirming that, I'm releasing them tomorrow. It's all graded, but because of the mixed up with the groups, I didn't release them yet. I want to make sure that everybody is in a group before I release them, because otherwise some people will not get grades.
É só para aceitar, mas assim, não para conhecer, viajar. Para ir ver, conhecer a empresa, entendeu? Mesmo que não seja naquela hora, mas pelo menos já ter um contato Não, você tem que ter lá. Porque eu acho que o programa depois que eu vou divulgar durante a nossa aula de metodologia.
Okay, let's go to the, keep your location there, going to be using the walls again. But the second part is this. Second step of 3. We're going to be put some dots in our stickers. Each sticker will have a dot, and you're going to decide if this class is concrete with a red dot or abstract with a green dot. Okay? So either concrete or abstract, and you have to define which one is which. Just put the little dots there. I'll keep close to each one here. I'll get you guys as well. Actually, we need more than one. Actually, let's see here, and then the green. Okay. Yours is here. This should be enough. Okay. Here. Oh, the green as well. And get 2 just in case. Yours is here, you guys. It's there. I just put it there. So if this is not enough, you guys share, okay? Because this one is full. So in case it's not enough for one, you guys share a little bit there. The green one, you have green. Okay. Let's see.
You just have like a Oh. Yeah.
As you get it done, snap a picture again and share again, okay?
No, because you abstract only
One dot, okay. How are you doing? How are you? All good? All went fine? It's just an activity that we're doing about inheritance, about polymorphism, inheritance, abstract classes. So if you want to, maybe we are in the second step. There is one more. So maybe get closer to that group there. Okay, if you are joined, I don't know if you're joined the class. Okay, so feel free. Okay. What is that? Oh, you did not read it. Okay, that happens. That's when you.
That's so much.
No, yeah, so this one's green. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, give us this first thing. So this here, right?
two colors
know what? Let's do that with you. And keep the bottom.
Okay? All done? All good? Okay, so okay, are we good? Did you share already?
We were asking, can we inherit from abstract class? How many classes? Only one? From abstract, only one.
No, well, you can only, can only inherit from one class, yes. Whether it's abstract or concrete.
What about interface?
We're gonna get there in the step number 3.
Create interface.
We don't have to, but that's okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay, nothing wrong there. Okay, so let's wrap things up here with the next step. So let's see a few options. Okay, let's get this one here. Actually, I saw one that I wanted to talk about. Where is it? Okay, let's start with anyone here. So Chloe, your group there. Okay, so let's start with books. Just focus on the book part here. So the idea?
That you can make any of those three at the bottom into an object.
Yep.
That book, you don't make an object directly from that.
Got it? Okay. Okay. So you have abstract at the top and you have concrete at the bottom for the three books, 3 types of books. Anyone with a different setup? I have to investigate as usual, so let me sniff around here. Let's see. Okay, so the same setup here. Okay, the same setup here as well. Let's see up here. Okay. So a different setup here.
But I'm going to change
You're gonna change? Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Now I still want to check them out, even though it's pretty much all the same. But let's think about this. Could book be concrete? Could it be concrete? In which case, I mean, tell me why it could be concrete.
I can create an object of box.
Yeah, so here's how I would define this setup. If the children can define all the different possibilities of what is a book, then it makes sense to have book as an abstraction. Because at the bottom, we have all the different possibilities. However, let's say that, just for the sake of it, if we didn't have paper book, we could think about book as being the actual physical book, and then it could be concrete. And then we could have an audio book coming from the book, any book from the book as well. So, but in this case, because we have pretty much all the possibilities here of what a book means, the different formats, it makes sense to have book as a more abstract, just a concept there. Does that make sense? Anyone, again, has a different opinion? Again, nothing wrong here. Okay, let's have a look at another hierarchy there. So okay. So let's all look at the shapes. So is that you guys? Who's that group there? Who's the group? Crickets. Okay, someone in the group raise and then talk to me about the shapes. Yeah, why this one abstract, why this one concrete. Again, just tell me a little bit about the thought process.
Shapes is a general term, and there are circles and squares are shapes that can be abstracted into different or different shapes, which is why German and
Concrete. Okay. Again, anyone with a different setup, maybe making ellipse and rectangle abstract classes? Nope, all the same? All the same. Okay, shapes, yeah, shapes the same there. Shapes the same here. Okay. I had some other groups from different sections. Some of them, they put rectangle and ellipse as abstract. Is it possible to have abstract, to have them abstract? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it okay? Is it not okay? Is that okay? Why is not okay?
Because rectangle, there can be a rectangle which is not a square.
Yeah. Here's the thing. As you said, you can draw a rectangle that is not a square, so this needs to be instantiable. You need to be able to create a rectangle that is not necessarily a square. You need to be able to create an ellipse that is not necessarily a circle. It can be oval. Okay?
But I can have another class called rectangle. Under rectangle.
But to what purpose? I mean, you could have another rectangle here. Well, you could not have the same name. That's for sure. Because in the same namespace, you cannot have two classes with the same name. Okay? So, yeah. So, my point being that you can have parents as abstract, you can have parents as concrete classes. And again, the reason why these two are concrete is because you should be able to draw them. Shape, again, if I ask you to draw a shape, you're going to have you may draw some shape, but it will have some constraints there. The point is that you should be able to draw a rectangle, you should be able to draw an ellipse that is not a circle, a rectangle that is not a square. Okay? Kind of convinced or not? I'm not trying to convince here. I'm just explaining my point of view.
Now I'm going to rename the rectangle. Maybe
You're going to rename? To what?
small r.
Small r?
Rectangle with a small r.
Well, don't do that because I'm going to take points. I'm going to take points from that. Small r is not the name convention. Is that a constant? In constants, we use underscores, not in name of classes.
You can ask shape to be concrete as well, because there can be other shapes.
That's true. That's true. It could. It could. Okay. Okay. So let's see if there's anything else here. Anything interesting here? Nope. Yeah, all the same. Okay, so let's have a look at, let's see another one here. Okay. Let me take one from the middle. No, we have this already, this group. Went already. Okay, let's have a look at Mike's here, Mike's and David. Okay, so vehicle, all yours. It's yours, I know.
Well, because we looked at it and like, it would be really weird making an object of type air, water, and land.
Okay.
And since abstract can only inherit from abstract, then the vehicle has to be abstract too. But then obviously the children have to be
Concrete.
you can make objects out of it.
You can think about air, about the earth stuff, air, water, and land. You can think about air vehicle, water vehicle, land vehicle. You can. I just didn't put them like that because then it would be too easy, too obvious. But you can think of them as air vehicle, water vehicle, land vehicle. So, yeah, I don't think that it makes sense to be able to instantiate an air vehicle or a water vehicle. I mean, again, what are they? Yes, they have similar characteristics, but you have to get to a true implementation, to a true concrete, a vehicle at the bottom. And I see that most of you did the same way. I saw a different setup here somewhere. Slightly different setup, and I would like to oh, this is the one. Yep. A slightly different setup, and I like difference. So, again, shape, kind of a child of boats. I'm not, by the way, I'm not a boat specialist, so I cannot say who's the parent of who there. I just imagine that a ship is a big one and a boat is a small sailboat kind of thing. Again, however you guys. Okay. Okay, perfect. Again, we don't need to be experts in boats here, but it's a different setup. That's fine. It's all good. Again, concrete here. No question. I saw other sections putting, what was that I saw? That under car, a bus. So someone throw the car under the bus. No, sorry, the bus under the car. Well, you can figure, is a bus a car? I don't know. I'm no mechanic. I'm no specialist here. But again, I think that this also makes sense. Great. Any questions about what should be concrete, what should be abstract? Is this helping? Is this making things a little bit more clear in case this was not clear already before?
I can inherit an abstract class from another abstract class.
From another abstract class?
I thought that abstract class cannot be inherited for another one.
It can. We can have multiple layers of abstractions there.
No, abstract, they can inherit from abstract or concrete. But concrete is only from concrete, right?
No. Concrete can inherit from abstract or from another concrete. Abstract can only inherit from abstract, I think. Actually, I'm not even sure about that. But I think that abstract can only inherit from another abstract class. Yeah. I'll check that. I'll have to check that.
Because abstract not create object, so one order.
But I think it can. No, I think it can inherit from a concrete one. I'll check that. I'll check that in a second. Okay. For the last step here, we're gonna do this. This one should be a quicker one. So now we have an interface. So far, I don't think that you have implemented any interfaces there. Okay. You may have created some interfaces. That's okay. Let's rethink about that. Okay. So now we have this interface called iSellable. iSellable is an interface that will allow you to sell your objects there. Okay? Then you have to look at your objects and you have to think which ones will inherit, which ones will implement iSellable. You're going to tell me which ones and why they implement iSellable. Okay? Going to put a blue dot there. So let's wrap things up with this last step. This should be enough here. And we should have one here. Okay, and that's the last step here. Last one here.
Now they sell everything. Even water, they sell water, they sell everything. You have a good marketing team, they sell everything. The blue one. No, just put I said, the one that
Again, as you get it done, just snap the picture there and we'll wrap things up.
Because we need to go back to the yeah, because what you say makes sense. Because you collaborate with the structure, no, yeah, because this one is into no, not this one.
Okay, so let's wrap things up. Are you good? All good? So if you want to come back to your seats, that's fine. We are done with the walls. So let's see here. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's start with shapes. So actually with books. Let's see here. So Igor, that's yours, I think. What's up? What's the idea there?
So again, you can put the interface to an abstract class. So it's an abstract class.
Yep.
Interface there because you can I sell those interfaces. Obviously, it sells both.
Yep.
It sells something, and you can sell.
Got it. Okay. So again, different takes on that, different opinions. The box. So adding to the top one, to the abstract class, the interface. Different opinions there. Different opinion. Okay, what's your take?
Only the books, the three kinds of books.
Only the ones at the bottom?
Yes, they inherit from the interface.
So they would inherit directly from the interface, not book.
Not from the abstract, from the interface.
Got it? So two options here. So either at the abstract level or directly in each one of the concrete ones. Which one is which? I mean, anyone with strong opinions about one or the other? Which, to be quite honest, both would be correct. However, I would say which one would be optimum. Let's call it optimum. Let's call it better optimized. In the abstract, why?
Because every class, every child class is going to have the same that method. Makes it. So it makes more sense that the abstract class, so we know that all books must be sellable.
What do you think of? Yeah, Lucolai?
I'm just thinking maybe if later another one on that red level is added, that
Yep.
is also abstract, then it wouldn't need to have that.
That would not need to have the sellable?
Yeah.
Okay.
because like you also can't sell an abstract idea of a book.
Got it. Okay, okay. Different opinions? Yes, yes.
Sort of different, but if you're trying to sell, say, an ebook,
Yep.
you get people trying to sell an audiobook, or different to selling a big book, paperback book. I don't remember exactly the criteria of the sellable plot, sellable.
Yeah, it's just make a sale. There is one method called make sale, and that's it. There was no other details about that. Okay?
Yeah, just like in some instances you need to specify like how it would be sold.
Okay.
It'd be very different to sell a hard copy of a book online where you have to ship it and stuff, as opposed to an ebook which you can sell and you can download.
Got it, got it. Okay, that's a good point. However, let's look at your point there. Just because we have the inheritance at the abstract class, it does not mean that they sell the same way. It just means that they all sell, but they may have their own way of selling it. Just because the inheritance, the abstract class, the interface is specified in the book, it doesn't mean that each one cannot have their own implementation. They can. That's the whole thing about polymorphism. Polymorphism is called the same thing, make sale, but have a different implementation. It's like the make noise of an animal. A cat will make noise in a way that is different from a dog. A paper book, we are hypothetically here, a paper book will be sold in a different way as compared to an ebook, which will be different from an audiobook. So again, the same name, but the implementation is different. So what I'm trying to say is that what you mentioned is a valid point, but here, now, here's the thing. I could also do this. If my system, my application, if they sell the same way, I could have the implementation of make sale just here. Whoops. Okay, let me close that. I'm going to just get back to that. So if they all sell the same way, I could have make sale implemented right here and shared by all of them. Okay? Because remember that this is abstract. Abstract classes can have abstract members and concrete members as well. Your point is also valid, Chloe. I mean, we could have another class here in the future that maybe doesn't care about being sellable. Okay? So again, either way is okay. I would say either way is okay.
I'd like to add to it. So I think we should implement the interface in the abstract class, in the parent class, when we want to control that, for example, it's a book. I want to control that every book, every type of book must be sellable in my program. So I'm controlling it basically. So, so I think when you want to control that, you can just only do it in the abstract class.
That's right. And again, if you don't want that, then you don't do it like that. Because you're right. If you put the interface up there, and if you create a new concrete class, you have to implement make sale. It doesn't become optional anymore. Okay? Okay? Very confused? Is it helping? Hopefully it is. Let's see the next one here, and then we can start to wrap things up here. So ebook is there. Let's have a look at shapes here. Okay, shapes. Okay, so very boring, those shapes. Nobody's selling shapes there. I want to find someone who's selling shapes. Come on, tell me that someone is selling shapes, because I want to buy. Nobody. It says, yeah, okay. Shape. Yeah, no. Okay, so no one wants to sell shapes. Okay, now I have to reload this. If it comes up, it's not coming up. Okay, so I asked you guys already, so let's move to somebody else here. Okay, Mike, not selling shapes? Not selling shapes today? Okay, so that's okay. I mean, nobody's selling. That's fine. And some other people, they put shapes for sale. Again, does it make sense? Yes or no? I don't know. Maybe in the context that they were talking about, it makes sense. Maybe it's shapes of stones, of precious stones, you know. But yes, if we are just drawing shapes here, it does not make too much sense to sell them. And then let's just wrap things up with the last one. Let's see here. Okay. All yours. Talk to me. Unless you don't know who those people are. Is that it? Come on, talk to me about the thinking behind the hierarchy. And if you keep going on that thinking, maybe you could even put all the way. Again, it's very similar to the other discussion that we had with the book. You know, now we just have 3 levels. That's it. You know, maybe the same way that we sell any one of those vehicles, the way that we sell any one of those vehicles is the same. So you could inherit at the very top. You could implement at the very top if they are all sold the same way. Or you could just, actually, here's the thing. When a class, like an abstract class, inherits from an interface, you have the option to implement make sale there. But if you don't want to implement there, you can just say that method make sale is abstract there. But you have to say something. You have to tell something. Okay? Either make sale becomes, if we put it in vehicle, becomes abstract there or becomes concrete there. Okay? Let's see if there's anything else here. Okay. Yep, so as you can see here, you guys put there at the very top. That's fine too.
So we actually did it at the top, and then we wanted to say that we are implementing the method.
You really want to sell those vehicles. Just in case, let's put it there, let's put it here. Let me double down. I don't think that I think that you would get an error if you try to do that.
No, what we wanted to show was, I mean, we knew that we were going to implement the interface in the vehicle class, but the method would be written in the basic.
Okay. I'm just saying that, again, I get it. I get what you're saying. So we're going to implement here, but have it inheriting there. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay.
Sorry, the code is going to be in the vehicle or?
No, the inherit, according to their diagram, the inheritance will be in the vehicle, but the implementation will be at the bottom. Okay. Now again, I don't think that if you try to inherit it from here again, I don't think that it would work, but I would have to try it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Awesome. That was it. Hopefully, it helped to solidify a little bit more this, the inheritance, the polymorphism, abstract classes, concrete classes, interfaces. Okay? There are a few exercises under eCentennial. If you go to Content, week 6, so you're going to see Programming Exercise 06. I would highly recommend that you have a look at that on your own time. We're not going to do it in class. The solutions are available here as well. As you go through them, if you want to check with me, have any questions to bring to class, by all means do that. Okay? Okay, I have a few things to talk about. Reminders before we go to our next half of the class here, exceptions. So let me just have a look here. Okay, so in terms of the groups, does everybody knows what you need to do to get into the new groups? Or again, because I saw some students having some confusion on what to do there. So what I've asked you to do in terms of groups is that as I send the notes, you can see that in the homepage of the course, if you download this PDF, groups.pdf, you're going to see this. So this we're going to map the old group number to the new one, okay? So you have to go to eCentennial. Under the correct group, our section here is section 4. So these are the groups. Okay? So you have to go on eCentennial to communication, groups, and then there's a button that says, I cannot see that, but there is a button that says view available groups or view groups. You click there, join the correct one, and then tomorrow I'm going to release the grades for the assignment, because if I release now, and if anyone is not in the correct group or it's not in the group, you won't be able to see your grade there, okay? All the grades are done, but I just wanted to make sure that I had this conversation before. So again, take some minutes today, during class or not, to join the correct group. I will be releasing the grades by tomorrow. Any questions about that? Oh, by the way, it's not only about joining the group, but also upload the assignment there to the new folder, because otherwise I won't be able to grade either. So under assessments, assignments, upload to the assignment to errata, okay? This is the new one. Pretty much everybody has uploaded. So again, if you have any questions, let me know and I will clarify. Okay, so that's one. Next class, in our, maybe at the middle of the class, we're gonna be, again, doing a quiz number 4, about inheritance, polymorphism, interfaces, abstract classes. That's one topic. The other topic is exceptions, okay? We're gonna be talking about exceptions in our next half of the class. It will be a topic that we're going to be focusing a lot on doing hands-on exercise. I'll be talking a little bit, but not too much. So again, next week, quiz number 4. Okay, what else we have here? I think that's it. Yeah, any questions? Anything outside of the norm? Any questions? No? Okay. So I'm going to take a quick attendance here, and we're going to, actually, I'm going to take the attendance now. So Andrea, Anjali, Chloe, David, Darmik, Dinesh, Igor, Elgin, Eric, George, yep, Hao, yep, Hong Viet, Hong, Jayanth, Jessica, Karamvir, Kenneth, Krupamben, sorry, Michael, Neserge, Osman, Philip, Rafsan, Raul, Rafael, Robert, Siranjit, Sona, Thimin, Walid, and Zian. Nope. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's have our before we get started on this, let's have our 15 minutes. Once we get back, I'll start on that and we go for it, okay? 15, we will be back. Oh yes, actually that's a good point. Yeah, let me help on that. So if you want to just put stuff here and then give to the next group, so you can put everything, including those and these as well, okay? Yes, you can put it there, I'll organize.